People are starting to join. Praise the Lord. Is Larimar quartz. 20, 40. Welcome, Sue. Welcome, Diane. We are just shoveling out from 5 inches of snow, which isn't too bad. We're supposed to get another 6 to 8 tomorrow into Sunday, or tomorrow into Saturday, I should say. So we'll be getting plenty of cardio, doing some shoveling, which, you know, it doesn't hurt at my age.
Yeah, so Sue, I see you're on. Did you guys get snow down by you? I don't know how deep, you know, how far down you went. Did you get in your northern Illinois?
Becky's asking if you got snow in the northern Illinois area. Welcome, Dina.
Ooh, Dina's on her way to Key West.
Oh, wow.
Must be nice.
Bring us along. Bring us along. We got to Key West as a family.
Asking if you have any metal beads in the sale this evening. Eddie Allen.
We do not.
Oh, she got less than an inch. That's good. They got missed a little, you know, for the most part.
Welcome, Sarah, from down south, Arizona. Alrighty, welcome, Sue. Your goodies shipped out the other day. Thank you for that. Gave us something to do during the snowstorm day. Well, we are coming to you live from historic downtown Stoughton. It's the Ed and Becky Show. My name is Ed. Say hi, Becky.
Hi, Becky.
Becky says hi. And we have we're just going to dip our toe in the water of probably somewhere between 200 and 220 different choices of strands that we brought back from Tucson. We just got 40 choices tonight, and but a lot of them are different. If we have a mega theme tonight, it's he/she's. We did see a lot of he/she's and rondelles, and my wife is always gearing me to picking smaller beads, not big nuggets, big massive nuggets that look like something a man would wear. And you know, it's like she's always saying, "What are you going to do with that?" So anyway, we got a good variety of beads that we think you can use in everyday design, and some things we've never had before. Some large hole beads are in the show, and we'll be doing this 2 more times on the 27th and again on March 13th. So between the 3 shows, we'll be able to get a good exposure to a lot of the things we bought. If you are, if you've done this show before, you know the drill. And if you're brand new to this, you just need to, at the end of the show, we just need to know how to reach you. During the show, you're going to be bidding on things. You'll see, we'll show you some lovely beads, and we'll say this is lot number 1 and this is what they cost. And if you want it, you say sold lot number 1. It's just that easy. We will always assume quantity 1 unless you for any reason want 2 or more. Then you be sure to note the quantity. And again, at the end of the night, we just send you a secure click and pay invoice from Square. It's just that easy. And but if we don't know how to reach you, if this is your first time, you just need to send us an email at becky@theakonosdesigns.com. As always, shipping is free for on non super sale shows. Shipping is free for orders that are net over 50, otherwise $5.95. Some extra bonuses today. If you spend 100, which is pretty easy to do on Strands, you can get an extra 10, and 250 over 250, you get an extra 20%. If you are one of our studio-based designers that have earned a special discount, you can have the better of your discount or the show discount, but not both. It's just that easy. So we're going to go ahead and get started because we have a lot of fun stuff to cover tonight. And these first, we actually bought 10 different types of stones of these. We just we couldn't hog the whole show with them, so we just are featuring 4 of them. But these are some lovely 2mm by 6mm hishis. They are not large hole, but at the same time, their hole is probably at least 1 millimeter. So it is. It does give you some more stringing options than the traditional 7/10 of 1 millimeter hole. We have 10 strands of these. These are priced at $20. These are $15 each. And this is sodalite. We've got amazonite, amethyst, and rhodochrosite coming up. In the studio, we have tiger eye and dyed turquoise and onyx, and I know I'm forgetting some, excuse me, the very light green stone, whatever that is. Anyway, so we got a lot of choices, but if you want one of these, you just say sold lot number 1. Hishis are in because they can go between, they're a great thing between going through other beads. I mean, imagine putting these between some nice yumming pearls, or some, using them as a spacer, using them in delicate earring designs. Lot number 2 is the same. It's a sister, only this is black gold amazonite. And again, with these Hishi strands for $20, you're getting about 180 to 190 total beads. So you're really looking at, around a dime a bead for lovely, lovely beads. So lot number 2 is amethyst Hishi. Welcome, Lori from Illinois.
Amazonite.
Did I say amazonite?
I thought you said amethyst.
Oh, black gold amazonite. Sorry. If I said amethyst, my bad. I said welcome, Lori, at the last thing. Welcome, Kathleen.
You're already on. Are you already on 3? My picture has you.
Yeah, no, I'm still on 2.
Oh, okay.
But funny you mentioned that, because number 3 is amethyst. And again, lot number 3, we have 10 of these available, 15-inch strands of amethyst, 2 by 6mm Hishi. The thing that drew our eye to these is they're just like perfect. Where we saw, there's different grades of these, and we just like the perfectness of these, especially for repeatable designs. You see you got a little bit of color variation with the amethyst, which Becky just absolutely loves. But like I said, you got a pretty good size hole there. I would call it, 1 millimeter. I would, but not much more than that. Give you the option to potentially put some 1 millimeter Genya through there, or for sure thinner beading chain. Peoples are loving the amethyst. I thought they would love the sodalite the best, and they are loving the amethyst, which is fine, That's why we have the show. Just like the Super Bowl, that's why you play the game. You never know how it's going to turn out. This is just some delicious rhodochrosite. So delicious, you just want to put this over vanilla ice cream and call it a, black cherry sundae. Welcome, Pat. Welcome, Sandy. Welcome, Diane. Welcome, Sarah. So this is lot number 4. We have 10 of these available, $20 a strand. Rhodochrosite hishis. And again, very yummy. Yummy, yummy, yummy. That is lot number 4. Lot number 5 is something we've never had before. So really all of these, in terms of the exact shape, we've never had lots 1 through 4, but we have 4, and we've never had something like this called brown dot jasper. And I can tell right now I forgot to put the 6mm on there, but these are 6mm brown dot jasper. They caught my eye from a distance on a bead table, and I'm like, wow, those are just really intriguing. Becky thought the brown in here kind of tied in well with the mocha color. That's the color of the year from Pantone. And she really made sure we got a lot of more 4s, 5 and 6mm rounds. We had come back with not as many of those as we would have liked in past years, and we came back with a lot of 8s, and so this year we made a point to come back with more 6mm. So it's brown dot jasper. Just lovely, lovely. Just like the name says. Alrighty, we're off and running. This was probably the most ood and odd strand that we had in our early photos. It's a hefty 8mm rondelle mixed stone, but you can see just about every stone is represented on the planet here. And just a lovely variety. Some of these might even skew to 9mm, but and some may skew to 7mm, but for the most part these are 8mm rondelles. We just have 12 of these strands, and they are only $22 each. Yeah, I mean, I literally think you could just strand that up as a necklace and, not even take the beads out of place. And people would be, girl, you're so fine with that mixed stone 8mm rondelle bracelet. You're so good looking. That's what they'll be saying as you walk down the street. So this next one, I could not decipher this. I searched Hannah Jasper, Wana Jasper, Mana Jasper. There is something called Mana Jasper with 2 N's, and that looks somewhat similar. And so we're just going to call this Mana Jasper, but it's just lovely. It's, almost on the order of coral. And only $24 for, again, these are just like that last batch, hefty, weighty beads that, they would feel good on you. They, almost like think of like those weighted blankets. They just feel good sometimes when you're wearing something with a little meat and bones to it. And so these have some weight to them, just like those last ones did. These are, again, 8mm rondelles, 15-inch strand of Mana Jasper, something we've never had before. So again, I think right now we're 7 for 7, and I think we're going to be 10 for 10 as I look ahead. these got a lot of oohs and ahs on the on all the pre-photos, and again, they were just so lovely, and we hadn't seen anything exactly like this before. It was selling really well, so we thought we need to grab some before they're all gone. So this is rainbow glass crystals. They're 8mm faceted cube, faceted on all the corners. And it's a 14-inch strand. It's just $10. We had these up near the window today, and they were showing so much. We get so much sunlight, and they were just reflecting so much light. Anna, one of our staff, decided to make a sun catcher out of one of these strands, and she was just finishing it up upstairs before we headed down here, and it was looking mighty lovely. So that's something you could do with a project like this. But yeah, just super fun, super lovely. We do in the studio, we have a different shape of this, and then we also have, which is more of a faceted round, and then we also have a faceted round that's more of like pinks and purples tones. But it looks like people are loving the rainbow glass crystal. I'll just give Becky you a second to catch up, and I'll finish some of my soup. All right. Nope, we're not frozen. Sorry, we are not frozen. I was just letting my wife catch up. Oh, sorry. All right. My bad. So, again, this was a year of taking chances and doing some wacky things. And if you haven't seen enough wacky already, get a load of this. This is a continuous 48-inch necklace. A continuous 48-inch necklace. Does it have a clasp? I don't think it has a clasp. I don't think it does. So this is, and I just thought this color, I mean, just look at that color. That color is doing, the lighting is doing this justice. So 48 inches, imagine that's like getting three 16-inch strands of pearls for like $9 a strand. And these are all individually hand knotted, There's a periodic little silver charm spacer along the way. But at 48 inches, you got the ability to wear it long. You have the ability to wear it double-stranded. Becky was able to, if you can come up with a simple hook clasp and come up with a 6-stranded bracelet with these as well. But they were very intriguing. They were very beautiful, and they are very beautiful. And we just thought they're versatile because you can, like I said, you can double strand it into a 2 longer necklaces. It might be a little tricky to triple strand it just because it'd be hard to get the 3rd strand over your head, but not impossible.
But it's really, I don't like, so my my screen is frozen, so I can't see how close you ever held it, but they're really a pretty neutral in that, you know, deep brownish, but like really lovely colorway. So
Yeah.
anyway, I just think you could throw them on, you know, a long thing on almost anything.
Yeah, I call it
Super cute.
I'm calling it a ruby brown because it just catches so much of that rubyish color. And so we've got, I think we actually have a dozen of these. I only put 10 on the show because I thought it'd be fun to keep a couple for art fairs. But know that we have them if you need them. And lot number 10, we'll keep moving along here, is some fancy agate. It is, when you find out that this is only $8 a strand, it's a 14-inch strand, but it's only $8 for 6mm faceted rounds. 6mm faceted rounds. And it just, again, a lot of color, a lot of light, a lot of sparkle. And again, we just couldn't, you know, near the end of a trip, you start getting deals from the vendors, and they just gave us a deal on these that was too good to pass up, so that we could in turn offer these to you at just $8. So anyway, and they didn't have a specific term other than fancy agate for them. So it's obviously got a mixture of different, you know, different agate stones, you know, but look at, like, even just look at them individually. That one's really cool. Anyway, some fun stuff in lot number 10. We're a quarter of the way through the show. We're going to keep clipping along. I'll start talking a little faster. Lot number 11. We had something similar last year, and it flew. I think we only had 5 strands, so I bought a little bit more. We have these 4-piece mother of pearl. These 4-piece mother of pearl beads. They are individually inlaid, 4 different individual inlay pieces of 2 that are black, 2 that are mother of pearl. And I know Pat Netz had done some fun projects with some of these shell type beads. I don't know if it was this one exactly. I know she did some with the violet oyster. So we got 10 of these available. And if you like the black and white, making earrings and necklaces to go with that little black dress. I mean, quite frankly, you pop 2 of these off the strand and, you know, run a head pin through them, hang them on ear wires, and you've got, you know, earrings that would sell well and fast at any art fair, or be a good gift for somebody. So let me just do a quick count. 3, 6, 9, 12.
For what it's worth, my screen is freezing a lot. I'm still seeing comments, but I'm having that thing where I can't click like on anything, and I can't take my screen down. Anyway, I'm just saying it. So
All right, Becky might have
I'm capturing everything.
Yeah, Becky. Yeah, so Becky is capturing everything, but it's she's not able to do some keying. So you're getting about 13 beads on these strands. This next lot is one we've never had before. Our booth used to be next to a guy from the Philippines that sold shells, and this is called Silvermouth. This shell is called Silvermouth. These are about 15 by 20. They look like a very textured mother of pearl, and again, just shimmer a lot of light. They're also very lightweight, and again, you're probably getting at least 20 beads per strand, per 15-inch strand. $28 for silvermouth. If you've ever, I've never heard of silvermouth. You may have never either. You may never see it again, but you can say you saw it today. And this is what it looks like. Looks like a gorgeous three-dimensional textured mother of pearl. So that's what lot number 12 is. Lot number 13 is some Amazonite coins. It might be one of the only coins we got this year. I just like their size and their color and consistency, and they were very affordable, $24. We have 8 of these strands available. They are 15-inch strands and approximately 15-millimeter coins. And again, probably more Amazonite than black gold Amazonite, in that there's very little color variant. You're mostly going from green to blue. With many of these, again, these are great for earrings, great for necklaces, great for bracelets. 15-millimeter coin is a good workhorse size. Glad you love Susan. That's three times the love from Suzanne. Thank you, Suzanne. Way out in California, probably sitting next to her cement pond, as they say on the Clampets. Here's another stone we haven't had before. We were thinking, is this sapphire? And it turns out it was blue tourmaline. Blue tourmaline. We got 16-inch strands of 4-millimeter squares. 16-inch strands of 4-millimeter squares. You're going to get about 100 beads of these. And these are a very intricate facet cut stone. And it just looks, it looks very denim-y. So it'd go good with, casual attire as well as formal attire. But the it looks like the camera's catching the sparkle. I mean, these, the way they're faceted, just throw a ton of light. Becky's been playing with some designs where she weaves these in between box Rollo or Rollo chain, and and is kind of trapping these in the center, kind of like a cordoni design, and it just looks very, 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 very rich. So that's blue tourmaline. We couldn't have a show without some clear quartz crystal. And I was tempted to put a couple lots in here, and I usually like my crackle agates and my clear crackle quartz. And we just got one clear crystal quartz on this show. Clear crystal quartz rondelles, $36 for a 16-inch strand of 6-millimeter rondelles. And these are so, the quality is so high, you almost, like I said, they're almost translucent. They're just so perfectly formed and perfectly crystally clear. Like I said, when we saw them, I couldn't pass them up. Yeah, if Suzanne, if you're asking about the blue tourmaline, that they are 4-millimeter. And these are about a 4 by 6-millimeter rondelle on the clear quartz. That's lot 15, $36. We are going to move on to lot 16. Some magnesite. We got this in a couple different colors and sizes at the show. And these are very hefty. they probably are up to 20, up to 8, well, let's say to be safe, 18, up to 18 millimeters. And they're probably the smallest is going to be 8 millimeter. So probably 8 to 18 millimeter. A very consistent 3-ish millimeter height. And the people we bought this from called it magnetite, and I just call them these mega hishis. Imagine this between some turquoise or some other fun natural stones. And only $24 for a 15-inch strand. Again, got lots of heft to them. Let's take a peek at the holes. Possibly, possibly 1 millimeter, possibly 1 millimeter on the hole. So, give you the option to step through it. Lot 17 is fluorite. We got a couple, different strands of fluorite this year, and this one made the show. It's only $24. We have 8 of these available. It's a 15-inch strand. These are just juicy, tumbled nuggets, as smooth as a baby's butt, and they kind of vary. They're irregular sized, 6 to 10 millimeter, but great color variety. So you really come away with this is indeed, fluorite. Again, might look good with some of our thin India, brass spacers from India that are plated silver that we have. We have some thin hishis, and those might look kind of fun with these, or that triangle spacer would also look fun with these. But that's fluorite for those fluorite lovers. This may be our only other lot of amazonite, or I'm sorry, amethyst tonight. We got these dogtooth amethyst hearts that are 20 millimeters, and so it's kind of a simple heart. It doesn't have the huge lobe to the top, so it's more of like almost more like a triangle, but it looks very heart-like. And these again were just yummy. They're probably 20-ish millimeters on their large dimensions, and again, just super yummy. Pull them off and make some earrings with those. Those would be lovely.
They don't really have much of a dip for the heart, right? Like you could use them upside down as kind of a drop shape, right?
You could use them upside down as a drop, yep. So you can see it's got, here's a good example. It's got just a little bit of a dip.
Does it?
But some do and not all do.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So anyway, just but good, good variety in the veining of the stone. Number 19 is just $10 a strand, and we do have 15 of these available. We are uncertain of the exact stone. We think it's in the quartz or agate family. It is a dyed stone. These are a blue teardrop, but again, we were just impressed with the consistency and just the beauty of the stone, even though again it was dye has been applied to it. It's just, when you look at it closely, it's just like, wow, these are gorgeous. Again, you know, Insta earrings, you wire wrap a couple, you know, one for each ear. But very consistent for designing with bracelets or necklaces with these. And again, at $10 a 15-inch strand, you just can't go wrong. And I knew my blue-loving lady, Miss Suzanne, loves the blue. I figured she would love this, and she sure does. So this is lovely. So lot 20 is, we have a couple lots of lapis. We got some value lapis a couple of years ago for just $12 a strand. And boy, in my opinion, this is almost as blue as it gets. And that other stuff was more white. This has got definitely some gold, definitely, but when you look at it, you're predominantly saying that's blue lapis. And 6mm rounds for $12. We do have 15 strands of these available. You know, and so again, probably close to a full 1mm hole. When we had it last time, it sold out. And the reason we know that is when we were looking at our racks before we left Tucson, we couldn't find any of this. We couldn't find any 4mm and 3mm either, and we did find, I think, some 3mm. I don't know if we found 4. We might have found some 4mm too, but those may appear in a future show. But yeah, these are just lovely for the price. And boy, if Karen says they're lovely, they are definitely lovely, because Carolyn, I should say, Carolyn Designs, knows her stuff. So that is a high compliment. Thank you, Karen of Carolyn. Lot 21 is some Larimar quartz. Again, be sure you're hearing that second word. It's not Larimar, it's Larimar quartz. But it is very lovely. We bought it for the color. We didn't have anything in our portfolio that was this exact color. I mean, it almost feels like aquamarine, and but at $12, you're not paying aquamarine prices, and it really does. The beauty of Larimar quartz is it looks just like Larimar. In fact, I'm just gonna sneak ahead here. I said there was some surprise lots, and one of those is one of the surprise lots is some real Larimar, and that's some real Larimar there. So maybe just a smidge, maybe just a hue darker, but lovely, lovely, lovely. So this is lot 21. I love Sarah buying them by the handful. There you go. If you know you're getting a deal, you might as well get a couple. Lot 22 is something that is called Blue Imperial Jasper. 6mm 6mm rounds for 16-inch strand for $20. And again, just fascinating how, you know, they look like they're painted, but when you look really closely, you'll see that, you know, the striation is going all the way, of the design is going all the way through the stone. So it's, again, something we've never had before. So we did try to do a lot of that this year to make the trip worthwhile. So That is lot 22, Imperial Blue Imperial Jasper. Lot 23, I'm going to want you to take a note. Because these, these we bought, again, right near the end of our, if I can, this is some Chrysocolla, and these were marked $34.80, and they're going to be marked $34.80 in our store, because we bought, you know, that the price we bought them at, that's a reasonable and normal retail price. But for this show and this show only, they're $24. This show only, while 15 of these last, they're only $24. So, and it's a lovely Chrysocolla. It's the Uncola. It's Diet Cola. No, it's Chrysocolla. You've heard of Pepsi Cola and Coca-Cola. No, we got Chrysocolla. Again, a good mixture of greens and blues and some ambers in there. Plenty of flecks in the, you know, flecking that is Chrysocolla is known for. So it's one of those you could just sit there and stare at it all day. 24 and 25 are sister strands. We didn't get a lot of wood this year, but what we did get was these 2 lots of sandalwood. One's about a 7.5 millimeter round. One's about a 5.5 millimeter round. And they, I mean, we could smell them in the car the whole way home. These have so much fragrance to them. I wish there was a smell thing on smartphones, and I'm sure they probably have invented that.
Well, you know what? I almost think they might be cedar wood. Don't they smell like cedar?
Well, they do smell.
I think they were sold as sandalwood.
Well, sandalwood smells like this because we've had sandalwood. We've had sandalwood soap.
All right.
So it's a very rich, cedary, sandalwoody.
It smells really good.
And yeah, they are. Anyway, and at $8, you can't go wrong. You're getting at least 50 of these.
You've only gone to lot 24, right?
I've only gone to lot 24.
Okay. So Jane, hi Jane, said you didn't mention lot 25 yet. I'm thinking she had a typo.
Well, yeah, I haven't mentioned 25 yet, but 25 I did say is the sister, smaller version of this.
Oh, all right. Well, so maybe she wants 25. I'm
Well,
going to assume you want what you said unless you tell me otherwise.
all right. And I saw it go away.
Oh my goodness, so did I.
Well, and maybe they have the ability to retract.
Holy buckets. That's crazy. All right. Well,
Anyway, so lot 24 is $8, 8 millimeter ish. It really is measuring about 7.5 millimeters. And then for only $5 a strand, you can get the 6 millimeter, which really measures more like between a 5 and a 5.5. Probably that, and I called it 5.5 on here. And again, I should have been mentioning that these have at least a 1 millimeter hole. The larger ones the larger ones have a 1.5. The ones at lot 24 has a 1.5 millimeter hole. So that may give us some fun things to do with that in a kit if these don't all sell out, Mama. But about a 1 millimeter hole, and again, that's lovely, lovely $5 sandalwood strands. So can't say we didn't give you a value strand on the show. Alrighty, heading down the home stretch. Lot 26 is again, according to the person we purchased from. This is Australian brown opal rondelles. And again, There are types of opal that aren't the sparkly translucent opal. These are often made from the stones around them. And so these are about a 7mm rondelle, 16-inch strand. And they are not large hole. And just at $16, you can't go wrong. They are just so yummy. Kind of black gold amazonite, but even there's something else this reminds me of. Well, it probably reminds me of those Picasso beads we put in our kits as well, like almost like a size 2 Picasso bead. Dun, dun, dun. And so lot 27 is a dyed turquoise Hishi. I featured this in the photo for the newsletter and for the Facebook post. Just $14 a strand. And this, again, I think would look really good, possibly even in between some of those brown and orange stones. We didn't get any spiny oyster this year, but imagine this between some spiny oyster. It would just be delicious. And it really does, as I peel each of these apart, I mean, it does, have all the striation and veining of a turquoise, but at this price, this is not Sleeping Beauty. It looks like Sleeping Beauty, but it's definitely not. So it's dyed, but it's gorgeous. So 27, lot 28, and I had second thoughts. It's one of two stones. It's either serpentine or dark adventurine. I ended up calling it dark adventurine, but it could also be serpentine. But it looks talks and acts and barks and walks like emerald. It looks like rich emerald, which is but it's again at $14. It is not emeralds, but you're getting again a lot of beads in a 16-inch strand, and just $14. And this is all we have of these. And how many? So there's only 8 of these. And I know we had something similar last year that I don't know if it all sold out in one show, but it ultimately sold out before the end of the spring season. 29 is our only other lapis for this show. And these are 7mm, even leaning on 8mm Hishis. Again, most of these Hishis are about 2 to 3mm in height, or thickness, however you want to look at that. Again, $14 a strand for a 16-inch strand. Tons and tons of blue. Obviously, you're getting a bit more gold fleck. You're getting some white in there, but undeniably a nice, rich lapis for $14. So you can't beat this. My blue lady Suzanne is on. I can't imagine her resisting these. But anyway.
Are you talking out loud? I don't know if I'm hearing you.
I'm talking to I've been talking out loud for the last hour.
No, but did you just get really kind of quiet like you were?
I'm sorry. I'll talk louder. Sorry.
Normally I can at least hear something, but right now when I put it
Talk louder. Sorry. Lot 30 is one of our favorite lots. We have 10 of these available. Mixed faceted Hishis. These have to be seen to be appreciated, so I'm hoping the camera does them well. They're a little bit more than the rest of the Hishis because they are all intricately facet cut. So they're all mixed gemstones, but then on top of that, intricately facet cut. So that's why they are more than some of the other Hishi strands we have. So when you look at it closely, you'll see all kinds of sparkle and light. So yeah, this we were buying these from people direct from India, and we mixed this in with all our other Hishis, and they were like, no, that's special. And it's like, you know, how much special? Twice as special. It's like, okay, we still want it. It's so beautiful. Alrighty, and now you can have it. It looks like some people are getting it. So Becky and I are in our 60s, and we had never heard of Brazilian trawlite. And if you Google trawlite, you know, some people like to, you know, think that stones have properties and can provide calmness and inspiration and things like that. And I think this does that, calmness and inspiration, and maybe a few other things. But this is large hole Brazilian trawlite. You got a 2 millimeter hole there, and it's only 8-inch strand for $19. But we've got something fun to pair with it in a second. We got some. This is going to be coming up. We've got some pendants, and those pendants were also in the Facebook post and on the newsletter. So, but again, we've never had, you know, there's, again, yet another stone we've never had before, Brazilian trawlite. It only comes from Brazil. And we've got 10 8-millimeter rounds with 2-millimeter holes for $19 a strand. And you can pair these with that or not. But we found these trawlite pendants, and of course the ring light is gonna, I'm just gonna see if I can lower the ring for a second. You know, to kind of see that these are about 18 millimeter by 25 millimeter. Kind of all unique, but what I've done is I've made sets of 3 of these that are coordinating. And we're going to sell it. I shouldn't say we're not going to. We are selling these for $8 a pendant in our studio. And what we're making available is a 3-pack of coordinated Brazilian trawlite so that you can make earrings and a necklace with these. And so you can kind of see, I really did my, you know, some are just a little darker, some are a little lighter, but they are all, you know, coordinated. And Becky was concerned are these too heavy for earrings? So they are about 6 grams. And we looked at some of our normal, what we consider normal larger earrings that we have on our earring racks were 4 grams. So this is only 2 grams more, obviously per ear. But anyway, so we thought, if you've never heard of trawlite, we've never heard of trawlite, we're gonna trawlite together. And we're making just 10 of these available at the special price of $16 for a 3-pack. Again, regularly $8 per pendant. And on top of that, these have been carefully and thoughtfully bagged in sets of 3s that coordinate with each other. So I think you will absolutely love these and have fun with them. And so that's our story on the Trawlite. On to lot 33. We have 41 lots, so we're almost there. Hang tight with us. How are we doing on time? We're going to run just a little long. These next 2 lots are sister lots. Some 2,000-year-old Roman glass, 2,000-year-old Roman glass. And this is a 5mm Hishi, and just super yummy. When we saw this, we're like, really? You know, we can get this at a price that we can offer it at 32. I mean, this was just gorgeous. Also very consistent. And again, these are about 5mm wide, and these are anywhere from 1.5 to 3.5 millimeters tall. So definitely a bigger Hishi than the ones you're going to see next. The other next ones are a little bit more smaller and thinner. But anyway, if you like 16-inch or 15 inches of Roman glass, again, hundreds of well into the hundreds of spacers. You're getting a little piece of history. So its sister is these are a bit more saucery. These are a bit more saucery, a bit more rondelle-ish, as small as 3mm and more consistently 4mm, but as small as 3 and as thin as 1mm. So you're definitely getting a lot more pieces. Price stayed the same, $32. And again, you're definitely getting good color variation in these as well. So if you've never tried Roman glass, you can have fun with it. You can be out with your friends and say, hey, I'm wearing something that's 2,000 years old. So we got a ton of recycled glass in a ton of colors. This one we just have 4 of. There may be more upstairs, but for now we're going to say there's just 4. It's African recycled glass. This is about an 8 to 9 millimeter with a very large hole, probably for certain 2 millimeter and possibly as big as a 3 millimeter hole. I should have put a LH on here for large hole. I'm calling this colored Dauphine. And again, the glass, the light does shine through the glass on these. And the sister lot is aqua. So we've got an aqua coming up as well. So this is the sister to that. We have 6 strands of this African recycled glass, 8 millimeter aqua. Again, look at those holes. You can drive a truck through those. Possibly 3 millimeter. But for sure 2.5. 6 of these available. Again, we did go through the African village this year, so we got a ton of African glass, or a ton of African strands, a lot of Crobo. We did get some old African brass rings. So, Sue, I know you mentioned you're coming up here Monday the 10th of March, and we'll make sure we show you where all of our metal strands are. But anyway, that's lot 36. We bought a ton, and I mean a ton, of large hole pearls. And this year we went for quality over quantity. And these are like perfect, almost perfect, flawless rounds. And look at the knacker. I mean, it's you probably need to put sunglasses on. These are approximately 30 pearls per strand, an 8-inch strand. They're about 6 to 7 millimeter. They do have a nice, juicy at least 1.5 millimeter hole, possibly larger. And we do plan on making some pearl chevron kits with these, so look for those in the near future. But if you didn't want to wait till we got the kits out and you wanted to make some of your own designs with these, we do have plenty available. And if you come into the studio, we do have them in a few different colors and a few different sizes. But this was the one that was probably the one that we got the most of. So $28 for lot 37. Lot 38 is a special buy of pearls. My wife loves Baroque pearls, unusually formed and shaped pearls, but we had never seen this high a quality at this low price. There's only 11 pearls on these 7-inch strands, and it is $48, but you're getting at least a 1.5. In fact, this was rated by the manufacturer as a 1.5 millimeter, not manufacturer, the pearl seller, as having a 1.5 millimeter hole. So you can put these on beading, thicker beading chain. You can put these on 1.5 millimeter leather. You can put them on guinea. But the combination of nacre, usually with Baroque pearls, they're all over the place in shape, and they have crusty little edges, and sometimes they don't shine. And these, they shine, they're consistent in size, but yet uniquely formed enough to know that it's, that it's a Baroque pearl, or, that it's something that is just a little unusual for those that like unusual in their designing. If these all sell out, there's a slightly different shape of these that's $68 a strand, and I think we have only 7 strands of that, but that's up in the studio. So there is at least another Baroque pearl option. This got a lot of compliments. These got a lot of compliments on the when we took photos of them. And this is real turquoise, graduated between 5 and 15 millimeters. It's a full 18-inch strand, and these are gorgeous. When you see NAD in our culture, that means no additional discount. So keep that in mind as you're purchasing this, especially if you have a discount with us. This is 132 net of discount. It would just be a ridiculously high number if we put a full retail number on it. So we just thought, well, let's try to make these as affordable as we can. So we've got a couple of no additional discount strands. So, I mean, literally, you could strand this up and have it be your next favorite necklace that you take on your cruise. You could put some consistent colored spacer in between, possibly some wood hishi, possibly some metal hishi. I could see a thin amount of crystal quartz hishi looking good in there. But this is, if you can afford it, we would love to let you have one. So lot 39, we got 3 of those available. We had 4, but Becky made sure she squirreled one. Because Becky deserves good stuff, so she's going to have one for herself. Alrighty, so lot 40 we showed earlier was that Larimar. Larimar is often sold by the gram. I had a good example of what a Larimar necklace looks like because we put a combination of silver spacers in, and we put a combination of silver spacers, and sometimes we'll put crystal rondelles in. But this is AAA graded Larimar, approximately 7mm rondelles. We had some other Larimar in our studio that was a tinier rondelle. Those strands we had before were about 22 grams, and they are real fussy about selling this around $4 to $5 a gram, whole, retail. And so these are 37 to 39 gram strands, and so at full retail, you're in the high, you're in the anywhere from 160 to 190, and so we can just trying to make it affordable and such. You can have one of these, no additional discount. 410. Someone did pre-order one of those from the photos. We had 4, so we still have 3, and they are available if you like. I haven't told Becky about this one yet, but we have a surprise 41st lot. So you'll just write them on the back if anybody buys any. I don't know if anyone will or not. But we've got some gorgeous opals. Where did I put my 41st lot card? Oh, there it is. For just $90 a strand. These are about 9 grams. And opals can be, anywhere from, it's not uncommon to see them be, up to $20 a gram retail. And this price is discountable. This is not an NAD price. You can get your discount on these. It's approximately 9 grams of grade 3A opal, 16-inch strand, 4mm rondelles. So you're going to get well over, you're getting about 170 opals for your $90 before discount. You're getting a good, healthy discount. Some of you that are in our 30% club, that gets it down to $63. So what can you do with opals? Well, this is a larger strand. This strand probably weighs twice as much, but this is one that we made into a necklace, and we paired it with apatite and crystal rondelle, and we made 2 of them for our store, and we retailed the necklace for $200 with matching earrings. And we made 2 sets. We've sold 1, and this is the other one. So there are some lovely things, and I'm trying to, hoping that the lighting, the lighting does these justice as to how much color they are throwing. Woohoo! We're gonna have a big package for Sarah. Thank you, Sarah. We have to offer you financing. Just kidding. But yeah, so yeah, these are lovely, and I trust you will love them as well. We got these again from a guy from India that we've worked with now last year and this year, and he seems very trustworthy and very honorable. So we trust that it's going to be you're going to love them. Alrighty, so I've rambled on, and then we did go 10 minutes over, but looking ahead to the we decided to break Tucson up into 3 shows, just like we did last year, and then we recently decided to do them continuously. So 2 weeks from now, on the 27th, we'll have a show at 6 p.m., and on March 13th, 2 weeks after that, show at 6 p.m. And again, 40 to 50 strands per show.
And Eddie, if anybody wants to come pick up their order, they should mention it here because they may want to come in and see the beads.
Yeah.
The other beads.
Yeah, so you're welcome to pick up your order. Just if you're local, just please let us know that so we don't charge you shipping or ship it. We do have special hours this Sunday. We're normally not open on Sunday, but we're open 12 to 3:30 to kind of give back some of the missed hours from, we're going to expect quite a snowstorm on Saturday morning, and, it may not be able to be out and about shopping. So, and we know that people are anxious to come in and look at the beads. So, noon to 3:30 on Sunday, we are open this Sunday to give you extra time to shop. Someone actually read the newsletter and said they were planning on bringing a carload of women from Milwaukee on Sunday, so we're excited about that. Anyway, again, if this is your first time, be sure to send us an email at becky@diakonosdesigns.com so we can that'll help us get your email so that we know how to send you an invoice. Otherwise, look for your invoices before midnight tonight. And if you're done shopping, let us know. And we saw already some comments of some people that are circling back and rewatching. But just let us know when you're done. If you do rewatch, we always like you to email your additional pics versus commenting in the feed, because we don't necessarily monitor the feed after a certain point. So again, thank you all so much. We're so glad you like the beads, and we trust you'll love. Again, there's going to be a different variety on each of the next 2 shows, and we look forward to seeing you again soon. Take care and good night.
Love you. God bless.